Hello, welcome to Die Rolling. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I have the ever excitable pleasure of opening up Maladum Dungeons of Enveron. I love opening up board games, guys. It's fantastic. You just don't know what's inside there because I kind of like, this is something I backed on Kickstarter a while ago, and I looked at some pieces, I played in UK Games Expo, had a really good time, but I've forgotten what's in here. So this is going to be completely new to me. Straight away, this artwork looks fantastic. Big fan of Core Space. I've really enjoyed playing that so far. You can actually see one of the videos of one of the online missions they kind of release every now and again on the channel. So you can see me do Hull Breach, I think it's called, which was so much fun. But this is a fantasy themed one, and I say fantasy, but there's a little asterisk there because this is actually set after Core Space, which is a sci-fi kind of adventure skirmish kind of game. So yeah, I believe we're going to see some fantastical stuff in here, but also some sci-fi stuff. So lovely artwork. We've got these kind of undead guys. We've got like some kind of beast there, some kind of Moor thing over there. These little guys in the middle doing all the magic, trying the best. These are some guys at the top there doing stuff. So let's take a look inside, and we've got some nice artwork on the sides of the box. So, you know, when it's on the shelf, you've got this staring at you. So if you've got young children, maybe face this way, not the horrific undead. Right, so straight away you have a lovely neoprene mat, which, you know, I can't show you all of this on the camera angle I've got here, which kind of sucks, guys. But now you notice these little holes here. The undead are going to come through those holes, which I think is fantastic. Normally with Core Space you've got certain spawn points on there, but now there's always a chance these undead are just going to burst out of the ground and kind of cut you off, which is what happened when I played this at UK Games Expo with Alex. It was great fun. Okay, so here we go, higgledy-piggledy box at the moment. We've got two kind of range things here one, we've got arrows on them there. So yeah, this is so you can see who's in range of what special range abilities you're doing there. These are your dividers, so you'll have to get these and separate these out and put them into the box underneath this, so all of your terrain can be sorted nicely. We've got a bunch of baggies here. We have a kind of cloth pouch. Let's take a look. And this is where you're going to be able to pick up all your items which haven't already been placed on the board. And that's a really nice kind of pouch there. Okay, so moving on. This is all sellotaped in here. I don't want to destroy anything. Let's just take the whole thing out. So this is your hostility or threat tracker. You'll be placing a kind of board in there and putting down all the kind of threat as it comes in. Yeah. So far, so Core Space. Then we have our little kind of trays for our heroes. So we've got 4 of these. And then we have 4 additional ones, which I don't know sure what that's for. Maybe they're for companions or like pets. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We have a pen. Thank you, guys. One thing that I criticized about the Core Space that I picked up a kind of, they just didn't have the pens, and you need these to kind of mark them off on the on your character's dashboard. So yeah, it's a nice looking customized pen there as well, so that's great. We've got all of our clips here, so we're going to use these to assemble the terrain every time we play this. And we've got a bunch of cards here. Unfortunately, they're not in an easy open package, so you got to kind of wiggle them around or use nails to kind of get in there, or scissors. But we've managed to break through the seal, guys. Okay, so what do we got here? All these double-sided kind of cards, reference cards in there. I think these are leveling up sheets for different classes. These look like different missions, maybe? Helps if we do it the right way around, guys. So I think we've got a bunch of different reference cards here with different skills and stuff on them, which is really helpful rather than having to keep going back to the book. So yeah, I think that's what that is, that these are a bunch of reference cards to help you play the game without having to keep going back to the book. Then we've got these cards, which have got numbers on them. I'm not quite sure what any of these are, to be fair. Like I say, coming in completely fresh. But maybe these are specific exploration rooms you'll come across, I don't know. But yeah, you get a bunch of those. And you know what, when we actually get around to looking at the rulebook, maybe it'll tell us what these things are and I can come back and say, oh, that's what they were. Okay, then we have a bunch of cards. So all the cards here. So these are all different events you're going to be coming across. And depending on what kind of level you're at, depends on what comes out on the card. Also down here, these are specific to enemies, if it's the same as Core Space. So when you set up a kind of dungeon, it'll tell you, oh, include all of these cards, include these cards, don't put any of these in, or, you know, put 5 of these type of cards in. But yeah, look at this, guys. There are tons of event cards in here, so every time you play this, it should feel differently. Feel differently or feel different? Feel different. It should be a different experience every time you play, which, you know, that's what you want with a nice kind of, well, with any board game, really. You don't want too much repetition. Okay, so next we have all of our minis in a lovely tray there. We have our dice. So let's take the dice down and have a look at those. So lovely, lovely dice here. This is a behavior dice, and this is for spawning enemies. And I believe when you get the little hand, that's when enemies are going to spawn out of the ground. Yeah, really nice finish on those dice. All the pegs, so these different pegs are going to be placed in your dashboard. So blue, green, purple. We've got black pegs for the threat. And we've got a bunch of minis just chucked in here, which, you know, if you're going to paint these guys, that is going to be that's going to be a problem. So I think these are the kind of Kickstarter stuff that you'd get in here. Let's take a look at some of these minis then. I mean, that guy looks great. Like a big old troll guy. Ooh. And it withstood the fall, so that's good to know, guys. See right through him. And we've got these little kind of scrappy little guys here. There's 4 of those. Got this guy. This little rat chap. Okay, and then let's get on to these guys. So I find it hard to actually focus on. So you got this kind of like sword wielding guy there. So these are all the heroes. Okay, so that's the base game kind of heroes, and then we have the enemies in there. So with this kind of like Demogorgon kind of guy, we've got all these revenants, which are a really cool pose. Sword for hands guy. Johnny Axehand. Screaming Sue. Existential Crisis guy. And this is kind of like a nameless human who's one of the bad guys, I believe. Well, you see the right colour for the bad guys there. And we have two heads better than one skeleton guy. And this guy's reaching. Finally, we have another one of those Demogorgon guys. This guy's a lot floppier, so we have Floppy over there. So that's all of those guys. And then we've got, I believe Red's probably NPC. So we've got this big guy. I'm pretty certain it's the same guy as that, but maybe not undead. We have a bunch of rats. There's 4 of those. This skittering chap here. Big old toothy bear. This guy clutching his arm. Kind of looks a bit like a predator. And then we have a flying, annoying guy there. And yeah, there's a little thing you got to attach on and glue him in. I had trouble with the original Core Space Firstborn stuff because the drones on there have to fly and you have to attach them to those the little kind of plastic that I just showed you, and yeah, they do not want to stay on there. No matter what glue I use, they just keep coming off. So it's a little frustrating. Hopefully I won't have the same issue here and it's a better fit maybe. We shall see. So that's all little NPC guys there. He just shoves them back in. And yeah, if you're painting these, it's going to be pretty tricky to store those. So let's take a look at all these. These are heroes again. So we've got this it's kind of monkish kind of character. It's a very regal looking chap who is basically a firstborn from Firstborn by the looks of it. It's like sneaky guy, but they've got a staff. I'm not sure what classes these guys are. And guys, let me know which characters you'd like to see played with. It's not quite a dwarf. It's kind of like it's got kind of weird ears on it. There's a sneaky guy. Okay, so that's all the miniatures done. And yeah, there'll be probably some good storage solutions out there for you if you do want to paint the minis and yeah, keep them in there. So that's all the minis done. Got a little thing there to separate stuff. We have our campaign book. Always nice to have a little thing on the back there. Some references. So it talks about our campaign here. And here you can see setting up the maps and where you're going to be placing certain things like terrain, the walls. But yeah, we've got, how many quests have we got in here? Wow, there's quite a few quests by the look of it. All the way up to quest T. So guys, you're going to be, this looks fantastic. There's loads in here. I thought you might get 8 missions, but it looks like you've got a huge campaign in this to get through. So yeah, you better hurry up. We have this, read first. Oh, too late, I already read something else. There we go, the adventurers, Beren, Greet, Callan, Morano, Grogmar, Narinda, Sirio, 4 Cankers even, Drakon, a Troglodyte. We have a Rot Troll. We've got 3 Myrias, 2 Health Fonts, 8 Lamenters, and a Balagaunt. Oh, they're all Revenants. Well, there we go. Okay, and then this talks us through all the different components we've got. So can I find those other cards? I think that might be from an expansion-y bit. Talks about terrain assembly. It's very important when you assemble these terrain that you follow this. There's normally YouTube videos to show you how to do this, so highly recommend checking those out before, because when I did Firstborn I did not, and I made some mistakes. And you are going to have to glue some of the cardboards together for some of the bits. So it looks like it goes through 4 rounds and then lets you finish this off. So that's a pretty good way to learn. I know Chronicles of Drungor, which I unboxed recently, that had the same kind of thing where it's a learning, kind of learning experience. Oh, here we go. So we've got side quest cards, hidden location cards, and some event cards here for that. This is Beyond the Vaults. So this is expanded terrain. So this is all the terrain you can be getting with the, I believe, with the big terrain expansion you can get for this game. So yeah, you could play a game like on that. How cool does that look? Right, guys, look at that. That looks amazing. So yeah, so we've got several different maps using the different kind of areas you can go for in this. So yeah, so if you finish the main campaign, you really enjoyed this. Like me, I only picked up the base game. I didn't get any expansions because I have so many expansions for games and I don't play them. So I was like, well, will I really need these? So I just got the base, and then if I really enjoy this and actually complete a campaign, then I will come back and I'll pick up the extra stuff. And the terrain looks amazing. So well, we have a deluxe rulebook in here. So rules wise, what are we looking at, guys? So about 80 pages worth of rules here you're gonna have to look through. But you know, when you got a quick start guide, it kind of helps you get to these things quicker, but it's really well laid out. It looks absolutely beautiful in here. Goes through the lore, which is always really cool as well. That's nice. Goes through all the people of Enveron and some more about your characters. Adventure classes, Revenant Horde, and companions and familiars. And some spell references, and then at the back you've got all your different skills and icon references. But the icon references and things like that, I believe they are on those little cards that you have. So it kind of helps you, and you've got NPC activation charts and things like that to help you know how to activate, well, the NPCs. Right, so next we have the cardboard, and you can see that we got a little bit of a rip at the bottom of the box there, but that's okay, we don't mind that so much. Okay, so I'm not going to pop any of this stuff out yet. I might do a video of me popping these out. So these are our kind of walls there, and you'll notice that door, you can pop that out. So you can basically just, carry on through a dungeon or close the doors. Got some double doors up there. And the lovely thing about this is, you know, if you can use this terrain for any game, well, fantasy themed game. I use some of the core space stuff for Shadows of Brimstone, the derelict ship. And the nice thing is they tell you what all these things are next to them as well, and where they're going to go. So we've got a weapon rack here, for instance, and loads of swords and stuff we're going to actually have physically placed in there. We've got treasure chests up here, which you're going to assemble. And the cool thing is, all the actual items are going to be on the board in the actual, in the actual treasure chests themselves. Pit traps there. Then we've got all this additional stuff in here. Of Ale and Adventure, expansion bits. Like you could get these out for Dungeon Saga Origins, or Hero Quest or anything like that, really. Okay, then finally we have all of our kind of heroes and items. So we've got our kind of characters here, and then we've got their classes. So there's a Primorist, a Rook, a Barbarian, Assassin, Sellsword, and a Rogue. We've got some spawn points here, dimension points, and a Ranger. Grogmar, Callan, Narinda, Baron, Sirio, Morana, and Greet. On the back there, we've got them as during their town phase, or them as NPCs. Scavengers, another class there. Barbarian, Udiamon, Guardian, Marksman, Sellsword, Rogue. Lots of different classes there. We've got a staging area base camp aboard there. We've got Drakon, Troglodyte, Cankers, Malagaunt, staging point, first player marker. We've got the actual enemies activation. Well, there are their kind of their stats on here. Then we've got all the items, guys, and as you can see, they're color coded. So we've got tutorial items, common items, uncommon items, rare items, exclusive items. And that's great. It's so nice that they've actually color coded that way. So when you're first playing, so you've got all this cardboard, you're not quite sure what to do. It's telling you what to do. All these different tokens for status effects. Then we've got the of Ale and Adventure game components here. So Krieger, Galan, Henley, Araya, Unger, Artane, Emmerich, Bram, and Strategist there, Rambler, Blacksmith, Magus, Maestro. So yeah, lots of different classes, and then we've got some more equipment. Common items placed into the token pouch, and uncommon items, add these to the bag with your other uncommon items. Contender, a Druid, Paladin, Curator, Swindler. Some really cool classes there. And yeah, look at all these additional items. Common items, rare items, exclusive items. All these doing some cool things. Then we've got some more bad guys here. Crag Trolls, Aerie, Spittail Rats, Bloodworm. The Skin Shifter's a guy I thought looked like the Predator, I think. These tokens are used with the Overvale Adventure expansion. Common items, uncommon items, rare items. We have the Great Bear. What's so great about him? And then we've got some Beyond the Vaults components here as well, as it says at the top. Some more items to chuck into stuff. And that's it, guys. That's everything you get inside Maladum, Dungeons of Enveron. Let me know who you'd like me to play on this. What kind of character you'd like me to play. I think I might run 2 characters for this rather than doing a full complement of 4. I've got to check the rules to see if you can do that, because sometimes these games are like, oh no, you have to play with 4 characters. I might play this with somebody else. I might do some solo on this, but you can expect to see some more of this on the channel, including I'll probably do a live where I'm just like poking all this stuff out, because I know some people aren't quite sure of how to assemble this stuff. But like I say, go to the Battle Systems website, or their YouTube, and they'll have videos up there to tell you how to assemble all this stuff in a much better manner than I will. I've been the ever excitable Adam. Until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.